Yo guys, it's CFB here. Yo, it's gotten! Chelsea 3, Liverpool 1. I'm absolutely over the moon. Over the moon today. The performance, the way we got the goals itself, it was perfect today. Perfect. Today's performance, I've not got really anything negative to say. There is a couple little things here and there. And as I go through the match review, you're going to see why. And hopefully you all will agree with me on why these are negatives. Bar that, everything else, perfect. So before we actually do get into the match review, obviously, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification to notified every time I load a video. Also, first link in the description to my streaming channel, my second channel. Go and check those out, it'd be very much appreciated. And without further ado, let's jump into this one because this one's a good one. This one's a good one. I said yesterday, this is a must-win, albeit it's Liverpool champions, the team that are crowned champions right now. They are. They're confirmed champions. Nobody can overtake them right now until obviously next season and stuff like that. It was obviously going to be a hard task at hand. But if we want Champions League football, we're going to have to get a result. And guess what? A good thing that happened today was Newcastle also dropped points. Newcastle drew to Brighton, I think it was. They dropped points today. So that was quite beneficial on why we had to go and get a result either way today anyway. Because Newcastle dropped points. You know what I'm trying to say? They were so close to losing, but guess what? They still dropped points. They still drew. So the fact that we got a win is even bigger on that scale. You know what I'm trying to say? But anyway, let's start off with the lineup. The 11 we went with was relatively quite similar to what I went with yesterday, except from one player. So we went with Robert Sanchez in goal, Marco Correa left back. We went with Caicedo at right back inverting into midfield. I thought it was going to be Reece James at right back inverting into midfield, but okay, fine. Colwill, Chalobah. They were with Enzo Caicedo in the double pivot in the midfield, which, like I said yesterday in my video, I'm not against. But I think for the way I wanted us to play, that defensive football, to be strong defensively, I would rather Reece James at right back, Caicedo and Lavia in the double pivot. But look, I'm not against that either way because Enzo Fernandez has been brilliant today and he made up for that as well. So, we went with Enzo and Lavia in the pivot. Then we went with, off the left, Madueke, off the right, Neto, Palmer in the 10, Jackson as the ST. And look, I feel bad for Reece James for not getting any minutes, but look, nothing wrong with the lineup. The way we played today, nothing wrong with the lineup. Because as soon as the first half started, in the first 2 minutes, we go and bag the first goal. We set the tempo. We set the game straight. Who, from none other than Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez gets our first goal. It's a really, really well-worked goal. Lavia, brilliant. Lavia has the ball in his own half. He just waits patiently with the ball whilst he's also being pressed. Gets out the press, passes it brilliantly to Cole Palmer, who does a little quick turn to receive the ball, receives the ball in an attacking position, then plays Pedro Neto out on the right-hand side. We've got the attack, we've got the numbers up to get a goal, and guess what? Pedro Neto cuts it across box, over to Enzo Fernandez, who's in the middle of the box, free, unmarked, takes his time, perfectly slots it in the bottom right-hand corner, makes it 1-0 Chelsea. Honestly, that whole move, brilliant. I loved it because we invited the pressure on from Liverpool. We were defensively stable. We received the ball. We didn't panic. And we got up the pitch. And the numbers were in our favour because that was part of the plan. You know what I'm trying to say? We defensively set up well. And we went forward with the numbers. We just kept calm. Lavia was brilliant. Integral to that first goal. And so was Cole Palmer. Great pass from Pedro Neto. And Enzo Fernandez, who has been doing what he's been doing at best this season, is arriving late into the box in space and getting us the goals and assists. So I really like that goal. 1-0 up in the first 2 minutes. Gas, simple as that. Obviously we didn't get the second goal come into the second half. Obviously the second half is when we got the second goal, but the first half was literally all us. No joke. It sounds bizarre, I'm going to say all us. Liverpool had all the possession. Liverpool had all the possession of the ball, but they didn't really threaten us. We were defensively stable. We never panicked when we had the ball. We did have a lot of attacks. There was a Madueke chance shortly after our first goal, obviously. Madueke just skimmed the post, it was. But I still would think we had the better opportunities in the first half. Liverpool had more of the ball. Doesn't mean they were the better team because they never really threatened us in that first half. I was actually really surprised. Obviously, second half came around the corner. We go and get the second goal to hopefully kill off the game. At that point when we got the second goal, I was hoping, hopefully now this is the game killed off. You know what I'm trying to say? So the second goal obviously was the one that hopefully I was hoping would give us that extra pillow. It was actually an own goal, and it was really well worked from Cole Palmer on the right-hand side. Cole Palmer has the ball over way on the right-hand side. He's twisting the Liverpool player in and out, cuts it across box. It looks like Jackson was about to get to it, but he didn't. I think it was Van Dijk. Van Dijk for them obviously tried to clear the ball. It hit one of their other defenders' backs, I think it was, and it went into the back of the net. We go 2-0 up. I thought it was Jackson's goal. No, not right now. I don't think it's Jackson's goal right now. But I thought originally it did come off Jackson. And I was thinking, typical Jackson goal. But he didn't come off Jackson. It came off one of their own players. It's an own goal. 2-0 up. I was thinking, oh my God, we're one more goal and we go above Newcastle because of the goal difference. We were on the exact same points at that moment in time, but we needed one goal. One more goal we needed to go above them in goal difference. But unfortunately, it didn't happen because Liverpool went and got a goal in the 84th minute from Van Dijk, obviously the person who created the own goal. Even though he didn't score the own goal, he created it. He goes and gets a header from a corner which I would defend him, by the way. This is one of the negatives about today's performance. What was our defending then? Non-existent. Nobody was on Van Dijk. We know what we're like off defending off set pieces. We know what Liverpool are like at set pieces, especially with a Van Dijk header. Nobody's marking him. He's allowed to have a free header. He heads it in, bottom right-hand corner. Sanchez could have done a little better, I think, but I think it's a bit too harsh. I think our defence in general was just poor then. They go and get one back. That moment in time, I'm thinking, look, we've been the better team the whole game. We deserve to win this game. Now we've conceded in the 80-odd minute. They're going to have their back. We're going to have their backs against the wall, aren't we? We're going to have our tails tucked between our legs, and they're going to go and get another goal, aren't they? Thankfully, that didn't happen. And thankfully, yes, thankfully, Cole Palmer came to the rescue. It was really, really good. Liverpool had the ball out on the right-hand side in their own half. Tried to pass, I think one of their players tried to pass it to another one of their players that was in the box. Caicedo sprints to that ball. It was a loose ball, sprints to it. Just about gets a touch on the ball. The Liverpool player fouls him in the box. We get a penalty. Cole Palmer steps up. I was a little worried when Cole Palmer stepped up. I'm not going to lie, because the last penalty he had, he missed. But he doesn't miss this time. He slots it in the bottom left-hand corner and gets us the goal. Gets us the 3 points. 3-1 on the day at the Bridge. Happy, happy, happy days. I'm really happy for Cole Palmer. I think he got an assist. I think that goal, even though it was an own goal, I think that should be Cole Palmer's assist, and he got a goal. I think this is Cole Palmer coming back alive. And I called it yesterday in my preview. I said Cole Palmer will come back alive this game. And he did. And that's regardless of his goal and assist. If he didn't get a goal and assist, I still think he had a really, really positive impact on today's game. I just want to quickly big up Caicedo for the penalty win that he got, because he charged that ball down and got to that ball when nobody else was even alive and awake for it. That guy was up. The coffee was running down his veins. Guess what was running down his veins? Blue. Blue was running down his veins. That's what was running down his veins. And we got it. And we got the penalty, which got us the 3 points. Really, really happy. Cole Palmer did have a chance just a little bit before, obviously, the penalty goal, which happened literally in the 94th minute, literally last kick of the game. But before that, he did have a close opportunity where he did hit the post from a weird angle. So it was unlucky for him not to get a second there. But yeah, very, very happy with today's performance. I am so glad we've got the 3 points today, because admittedly, like I said in yesterday's preview, I was worried it was either potentially going to go two ways. It was going to be a 1-0 or a 2-0 loss. Well, a 1-0 win or 2-0 loss. But wow, I didn't expect this type of performance. I didn't expect this type of performance and the way we played today. Because like I said, first half, we were the better team. Liverpool had all the ball. We were the better team. We had the better chances. It's just proof in the pudding that possession doesn't mean everything. Doesn't mean because you've had all the possession, you're the better team, you have the better chances. It's not the case. It's not. It's just about getting into the right positions. When you have that ball, even if it's very few times, get into the right positions, taking the shots, taking your chances. And that's exactly what we did better than Liverpool today, which was surprising because we're usually the opposite. We're usually the ones with all the ball, not taking the chances, not getting into the best position to take the chances. And the team with the less possession get the chances. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it usually the opposite way around. But I'm glad we played the way we did today. Because for me, it shows that Maresca's got a little bit of, what's the word? He can change it up. He can change it up. And I know he can. This is the annoying thing, because at the start of the season, we saw us play more defensive against some teams. And whenever we had the ball, obviously we had the ball, we tried to keep possession, obviously. But the way we would play would be a lot more defensive. We would break teams on the counter-attack a lot more. I hadn't seen this for months. We saw it today, and guess what? It worked. And I said yesterday in the match preview, I said the way we need to beat Liverpool tomorrow, especially with Liverpool's high line, and the fact they commit a lot of players up the pitch, a lot of numbers up the pitch, the way we can beat that is if we counter-attack. We use the counter-attack in football. Guess what? It played a part today. We played it, and we got the result. Appoint me as the next Chelsea manager, please. But I'm so happy. I'm so happy, because this is hopefully a massive confidence boost. I know, let's be real, this Liverpool team somewhat are on the beach. They're not a team that are still chasing the title. Pretend this was a game where Liverpool needed to win this game to clinch the title, right? Maybe it would have been a harder game. Maybe. But I don't want to take any credit away from the way we played today. The way we played today, we were deserved winners. The first half, like I said, all the possession, Liverpool, we had the better chances. We were the better team, better on the ball as well. And we took our chances. Second half, for majority of the second half, barely mind maybe 5 minutes here and there. Like I said, around the 80th, 85th for Liverpool and stuff. Maybe 5 minutes here and there. Again, we was the better team. We played the better football whenever we had the possession of the ball. We defended way better than them. And this performance, hopefully, is a massive confidence boost going into the next couple games. I'm hoping it is. Like I said, it's barely mind it is on the beach Liverpool in a sense. I still think this is a massive confidence boost for the team. I really, really do. And especially a player like Cole Palmer as well. So, anyway, let's quickly go through the player ratings because I've jabbered on a bit too much. Robert Sanchez in goal, I'd give a 5.5 to. I think he could have done better with the goal. But apart from that, relatively quite solid. I'm not really going to blame him for the goal. I'm just saying I think he could have got down a little bit better. So, I'm going to give him a 5.5. Cucurella had Salah in his back pocket. It's why every time a Hazard Salah debate comes up, yeah? By the way, it's no justice to Cucurella. Cucurella has been brilliant today. The aggressiveness, keeping Salah quiet. Salah did nothing because Cucurella was just all over him, yeah? But this is what I always say about the Salah Hazard debate. Hazard can change a game up without getting goals and assists. Salah did jack shit today. That guy is pants, I'm telling you. Yeah, I don't care about how many goals he's got this season, yeah? He is shit. I'm going a little bit over the top, I do apologise. Cucurella, either way, I'm going to give him a 6.5. So solid. On the other side, we're going to go with Caicedo at right back, inverting into midfield. Caicedo was perfect. Perfect. At right back, inverting into midfield, he did nothing wrong. Maybe at times got caught out a little bit in transition, but that can happen to everybody. Apart from that, when he moved back into midfield in the double pivot, when we brought Reece James on and took Lavia off, guess what? It's just as good. Just as good. Won us the penalty as well. 7.5. Honestly, unbelievable from Caicedo today. Again, you could play him anywhere. I generally think you could play him at left back, like a natural left back, and he'd do you a good job. Anyway, our two centre-backs, Colwill and Trev. I'm going to give Colwill a 7. I think Colwill was so solid. He made one really, really good challenge when Liverpool were going to get a shot off in the box to stop them from scoring. Also, I just think in general, aerially today, he was way better than what he usually is. Next to him, Trevor Chalobah, I'm giving him a 7.5. Honestly, Trev was a beast today. They went down Trev's side more often than Colwill. That's why I'm giving Trev a higher rating than Colwill, because he had more to do. Trev had more defending to do. And he didn't make one fault. He didn't make one fault. There was one time where Nunes was running through on goal in a sense. Not like running through, clearing through on goal, but Trev's here, Nunes is here. They're both literally shoulder to shoulder. Nunes looks like he's about to get the edge on him, yeah? About to get a touch on the ball and shoot. Is in the box. Trev's going down, but guess what? He still puts in the challenge, still wraps his foot around the ball and saves us on that occasion. He was brilliant today, honestly. I'd give him a 7.5, honestly. Moving into midfield, Lavia. We're just a way better team when Lavia's in the team. We are. When Lavia's in the team, we are just that bit better. We are not way better, but we are just that bit better. Just defensively, he's so good. He's press resistant. Like I said, that pass he played to Palmer for the first goal that we scored. Obviously, it wasn't his assist. He was like 4 passes behind the assist. But guess what? It all came from him. It all came from him and his defensive ability. I can't bring into words how much Romeo Lavia is brilliant. I'm just hoping he could keep staying injury-free because we need him, man. We need him. Lavia, solid 60, 65, 70 minutes in the tank for him. I'm going to give him a 8. I'm banging out an 8 here. Like, I think he was brilliant. Enzo Fernandez as well. Another player that did really, really well today. Not as good as Caicedo and Lavia, but was still integral. Like I said, he got us that first goal. He changed the tempo of the game for us. He got in the first goal. He got into the right position. I would say Enzo Fernandez was a 6.5. I think 6.5. Potential 7. I don't know. I'm kind of twisting between the two there, but I'm going to give it a 6.5. Anyway, Neto on the right. Neto wasn't our best attacker today. He wasn't amazing, but he did some good couple moments. Like I said, on the counter-attacks, he was quite vital. When we was counter-attacking, he was quite vital. His pacing behind, his energy levels were obviously always supreme. And I think he obviously got a really good assist, picked out the right pass. I'll give him a 6.5. I think 6.5 is fair. On the other side, Madueke at times, it's annoying today with Madueke because at times he looked like he didn't care. And he'd lose the ball so sillily, or whatever. I don't know what the word is. But then also at times, he'd do something right after that mistake. And it would be so brilliant. There was one moment where he was mugging off Liverpool players like Zola did Carragher back all those years ago. You know what I'm trying to say? It was quite a similar situation like that. And he had the chance to score and it just went wide. You know what I'm trying to say? I would say, surprisingly on counter-attacks, he was actually quite vital to us as well, actually. So I would say Madueke was a 6.5, I'll give him as well. Palmer's back now. Palmer's back. Goal and maybe an assist, I think it was. Not just that, just his movement in behind to create the chances that we got today was so vital. I think this is Cole Palmer coming back to his best. So I would say was a 7. I'll give him a 7 or 7.5 I'm going to give him actually. Jackson, this is where we get onto a negative. Like I said, the only negative apart from that was the goal that we conceded. Jackson was a 2.5 today, and that's generous. That's just because we got a good result today. He was shit. No movement. Didn't look like he cared. So flimsy on the ball. Getting pushed off the ball too easily. No box threat. You know, even at the own goal, he could have charged that ball down, but he didn't. He just stood still. You know, the amount of times I see us having the ball on a counter-attack and making our way into the box, and Jackson's not in the box. He's on the edge of the box. It's ridiculous. Poor from Jackson today. The only... Well, not the only negative, because the other negative is obviously the goal we conceded, but he is part of that negative today. He is. And it's annoying because I thought Jackson would have been back on form recently after those two most recent games. The subs I'm not really going to rate because I feel like it's too unfair. Reece James came off the bench too late. Gusto was okay. You know, didn't make much of an impact, but again, didn't really get on the ball much. And Sancho was meh. I've got to be honest, he was meh. But I'm really happy because the flexibility Maresca showed today, I like, man. Because one of my things about Maresca, which I obviously bring out a video a couple of weeks back if you want to go and watch it. I said I don't know if he has a plan B. And if he didn't have a plan B, he would have played possession-based football today. And I think if we played possession-based football today, even though Liverpool weren't the better team today, I think they probably would have got some sort of result, whether it's a draw or something like that, I don't know. But the fact that we changed the way we played today to a strong defensive core and look to break them on the counter-attack, yeah. I'll hold my hands up. Really, really well done on Maresca today. I love that from him. Let's hope this continues. And I'm not saying bring out the defensive counter-attack football all the time. That's not what I'm saying, obviously. What I'm saying is I want to see flexibility at times. You know what I mean? So I'm really happy. We've got the 3 points. We now move into 5th or 4th, one of the two. But like we're Champions League football. It's on, baby. It's back on now. I thought it was off at one point. It's back on now. So, come on! Get in! I'm so gassed. Anyway, let me know in the comments down below what you all thought about the game today. Please like, subscribe, everybody. Take care. I'm going to have a nice bath now. Also, I just want to quickly, briefly mention this right here, right now. I have got myself a job now. So, for example, the game on Thursday, I'll be able to give you a match review. I'm going to be working nights. But, for example, the game on Sunday, I'm working the night before Sunday, so I literally get back at like 8 or 9 or something like that, right? Back home at that time. The game on Sunday against Newcastle was at 12, so I'm not going to give you guys a match review until late that day. Later that day, like maybe a couple of hours after, like 2 or 3 hours after, because I've still got to watch the full game. I'll watch the full game, I'll download it, like record it, and I'll watch it. So from now on, sometimes that stuff might happen, okay? So I do apologise. Little quick switch. But anyway, love you all. See you on the next video. And yeah, get in.